Hello and welcome. I'm Ian and this is the Young Filmmakers Project, a show where we take a look at all the creative young filmmakers all across Vancouver public schools. On this episode, we have a great collection of silent films. In fact, this first film took second place in the Youth Silent Film Festival. Check it out. All right, we just watched The Puppet, and now we're joined by one of the filmmakers of the film, Simon. Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
First of all, congratulations. You guys took second at the Youth Silent Film Festival. What was that like with everything that's going on? How did they do the film festival this year?
This year, with the coronavirus going on, they had it all on a live stream, and they had interviews from the filmmakers, and I was one of the interviews, and that was pretty fun. It was pretty cool.
Um, were you surprised that were you expecting to get chosen, you think, or were you surprised? What was your reaction?
I was a little surprised. I was just happy mostly. It was nice. It was nice to win.
Uh, let's talk about the film a little bit. Since it's a silent film, where did the whole idea for this puppet, making it a puppet film, and then where did the whole idea come from? Where were you inspired by?
Okay, so the guidelines of the film festival were that it had to be silent and it had to use one of like the pre set music tracks that they had there. Um, and so we were kind of leaning towards the noir music, and we got the puppet idea from the fact that one of my group members just had some puppets, and we also had the cop puppet lying around in class that had just been in our classroom for as long as I had been there. So I was thinking, okay, what are we going to do with puppets? And I talked it out with my group members, and we eventually came up with the idea that we had.
Is it more difficult uh, producing a film that has no dialogue?
Um, it's it's just different. I think if you're used to making movies with dialogue, it would be more difficult. But my favorite movie projects I've done have been mostly reliant on music. So for me, I think it's a little easier because I can let the music tell me what the emotion is, and then I'd be like, okay, so how do I want my movie to accompany this?
Right. So what were some of the challenges then, making this film?
Okay, so the big challenge is planning every shot beforehand and making sure it like lines up on the beat. Um, that actually kind of ended up resulting in one of my favorite things about the movie is I didn't plan to speed up the footage at all. Um, but I ended up doing most things a little too long, so I ended up speeding up most of the clips, which actually made it look even more like an old movie because that's what they would do.
Right. Um, so what you just how you actually answered mine, what one of your favorite things was. What do you just enjoy about making films in general?
I really like, well, I guess I love just visual storytelling. I like this idea of being able to communicate, um, because like movies can kind of communicate things that are in a way that words can't. That goes for any art form, and I think just the visual storytelling aspect is just an enjoyable process for me, and I like planning out shots
Right.
and it's just something that I like to really dive into and analyze a lot, and then be able to use it like in my own way.
I mean, you're a senior this year. Are you planning to go into film? Are you moving that direction, or?
It's one of my options. I'm not really sure what I want to do at this point. Kind of the two main things I'm considering are either movies or music, and as time goes on, we'll just see. I don't plan to give up either one. If I do one as a career, then I'll definitely be doing the other as a hobby.
So I have a question then, since you're also a musician. The music you use, obviously, it's music that they provide. Would you have done different music for this type of film if you were given the opportunity?
Um, well, I don't know, because like the movie that I did was completely based off of that music, so I wouldn't do that movie with a different set of music. But hmm, would I have done it with a different music?
I mean, maybe the same style, but would you have done, I don't know, different instrumentation, or I don't know. I'm just curious.
Um, I think yeah, with the music they provided, it was kind of hard to decide because none of it like immediately like grabbed me because it's kind of trying to replicate this older style. So it definitely would have been interesting to have some more modern sounding music, and maybe I would have gone with that. But I mean, for the purposes of the festival, then the music they have works just great.
And what did you get for taking second place? I mean, did they give you anything, or?
Yeah, check for $500.
Well, awesome, man. Congratulations again. Thanks for joining me here on the show. And uh, I wish you luck in whether you go into music or movies.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, man. Take it easy. And that's a wrap on the Young Filmmakers Project. I want to thank the students for submitting their films, and I want to thank you for watching, and remind you that you can find past episodes on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/VanSDTV. Just look for the Young Filmmakers playlist. Until next time, I'm Ian.